Hey guys, it's Tom. It is a Tuesday afternoon. Unusual scheduling appointment here. Oh, these guys are so nice. They waited for me. We've got Mick Bouchon, Detroit Lions, 9-7, number 7 seed. Did not have to play a wild card game, 8 versus 9. Dennis Crowley winning that one against Keith Mowbray. And Mick is on the road traveling to San Francisco to take on Ed Barrow's 13-3 San Francisco 49ers. We had a big upset yesterday. Yours truly going down to defeat rather handily, something like 26-7 to Dennis Crowley, 16-0. Undefeated in the regular season, winless in the postseason. That's not where you want to be. Take it from me. And we have, there we go, there's my noise. We have a touchback and somehow we're not disconnected. No, what happened? Surely STRAT didn't fix that. Does that have special fairy dust on his computer that allows for us not to be disconnected? I don't know what happened there, but I was clicking on something else at the moment. Anyway, Ed's got the ball first. Looks like Mick probably won the toss. Won the toss. These teams played in the regular season. Mick pulled it out. Off tackle left, Bilal Powell for Ed, who loves to run the ball. 8 on the defense, plus 11. Mick was double teaming elsewhere. I was hustling to get into this game, and I'm not in my most comfortable chair. So I got to deal with the adversity, deal with the elements here. Mick plays a 3-4 defense. He got 5s to the corners, 4s at safety. I played this team in the last block. 0-4-4-4 linebacker. Long pass, Stefan Diggs. Defense calls run and steps up into the flats. Giving a long pass, no men. Incomplete on Cousin Scott gets wrong. 2, 5, 10, 13 completions plus the receiver. I mean, not only a long pass, no man, but long pass, no man gets wrong, which can be very dangerous. Although he did have a 5 in coverage, and he got to give something. Sometimes if you're trying to make a stop, particularly with this modern rule set, I try to avoid going long pass, no man wrong. But I should probably not give any advice the rest of the postseason after my poor performance against Dennis yesterday. Long pass, Marvin Jones, double team correctly, 10 complete on the commissioner's card for 30 yards on the correct double team. Straight correct double team completion on the quarterback's card of the bomb. That's always a killer. Would have been 3rd and 10. Now it's 1st and 10 in Detroit territory. I hope we have a brisk audience here with Dan and Dan. Doubling on the double down on the dance. 1st and 10 for Ed. Carlos Hyde checks in. Greg Olson's a blocking back. Usually has a good run blocking. No exception here. Off tackle right to Carlos Hyde. Run key on the line buck, but there is a linebacker and off tackle. Nose tackle -1 or +3. Michael Pierce makes the play. 5 on a 5. 2nd down and 11. So Mick there vacated the long pass zone to call run 2 plays earlier. Okay, it wasn't the previous play. But undaunted, he did it again there with a run key. So wasn't shy. 2nd and 11 for the commish. At the Detroit 35. Marvin Jones right, Stefan Diggs left, the receivers. Jones got the big yardage. I think Ed's a little shy in pass blocking this year. He's got the 7 center and 7 right tackle. It's not too bad. Is that right tackle? Mike Remmers is 7? Wow. Everyone left, Carlos Hyde. Nobody there. 5 defensive end. Mick does go 4-5-5 of the defensive line. No pass rush on this team at all. Short gain is wrong. 13 yards on a 3. 1st down, San Francisco at the Detroit 22. So Ed now, with my elimination yesterday, it is the highest seed remaining. So if he wins this game, he'll have home field in the semifinal, and he'll play the lowest surviving seed. Well, which right now would be Dennis. Matter of fact, it would be Dennis. So if Ed wins, you have Seattle and San Francisco. Those 2 guys have played a lot of big games over the years. Super Bowls, semifinals, other playoff games, you name it. 1st and 10. Carlos Hyde it again. Let's tuck it right to Hyde. There's a linebacker there. Make double teaming Stefan Diggs. 8 gets wrong is 6 yards. 2nd and 4 for Ed at the Detroit 16. Ed's got the good pass defense cards today, not Mick. Mick on the road here in the SSFA playoffs. That's also mean for Family League rule. The home team in the playoffs gets the bump up. We all play average in the regular season, but in the playoffs, home team gets that good pass defense cards. Gets those good pass defense cards, except for in the Super Bowl, which is on a neutral site, average. And notice Dick was using Powell. He's got the long gain on 10 on linebacker when he was further away from the end zone, but he's gotten past the 30. It's Carlos Hyde. Off tackle right to Carlos Hyde. Nobody there. And Mick keeps double teaming guys and guessing pass. And Ed's just running. Ed likes to run it. Look at those stats. Offensive out to them plus 5 is 0 against 5. And if you play Ed, you just realize he likes to run. But it's hard to sit. It's hard. It's hard to sit there and call run aggressively sometimes. You got to do it against Ed if you want to win. Now here, 1st and 10 for the 11. It's a little harder. I think especially when Ed's in line. Now I'm saying these things, and Ed's going to hear them, and he's going to change up. That's why I like it. Like people say, I don't want someone to know what I'm doing. I mean, you got, I can tell you what to do, but then change up, right? Short pass to Greg Olsen, the defense against pass, blitzing everyone. And a dump off, 7 on a 10. There's only a 1 to 16 sack. So, like I said, this Detroit team does not have a good pass rush. The dump off for 9 yards. Hit all out blitz there. He did get the 7 on the right tackle. Also has the 7 at center. It was a random 61. I'm sure how many of these Detroit players would have gotten a sack on a 61. On a short pass there, I mean, that was a pretty low. Just have a 3 at left guard. 2nd on linebacker 4 with the 3 extra blitz would be a 7. I still think it wasn't going to get a sack there. 2nd and 1. Ed's at the Detroit 2. Linebacker Powell being run keyed. So Mick needs to be an edge card. Linebacker zone -1 to +3. Mark Barron can't make the play. Touchdown for the commissioner. White die 6 against Mark Barron's 4. And it's just like that, it's 6-0 with Chris Boswell coming out for the extra point. So 2nd straight playoff game, you have the opening drive for a touchdown. Oh, no, that's not right. I received the kick yesterday. And Dennis's first possession, he went down for the touchdown. Okay. His opening possession, but not the opening possession of the game. It's going to go for 2 here. I remember that Mick has got, I think, weak inside linebackers against the run and even maybe a weak free safety. So you can go full house and pound it in. I was thinking of doing that yesterday with Dennis, but it didn't materialize. Then we tried to Carlos Hyde, run key for Bilal Powell. I was Dennis or someone that was playing in a different league. I was considering doing that. Short game gets wrong. 2-point conversion. 8-0 commissioner. Would have -6 guessed correctly, but Mick was telling out for the run key. And he's down. But now Mick's got a very, very good offense. Excellent offense. Oh, we're going to get connected, and I didn't. I don't think I did it on time. I'm not going to chance. Even Dennis is listening. Dennis didn't actually listen. He pretended to listen. He joins in to boost the ratings, the Nielsen numbers. Wake up. Go to bottom. Go to sleep. I think it's 22,410, I think. That's right. I didn't post it here. Wake up. Wake up. 22410. Select all. Copy that. Go to sleep. Sorry for that delay there and reconnecting. Hopefully we didn't miss more than one play. We did. It's Detroit got the ball up their own 38. So it's probably a 13-yard. Completion. You have 1st and 10 here. Mick goes blocking back one fullback with Jamal Alaway. And Ed confirming that Alaway cannot run here. And then he goes dime. Linebacker Drew Brees good call by Mick. I like that. He didn't mean to call this formation. Once you got it, +7 bad call, fumble. Drew Brees, fumble number of 8.3. 7-yard gain. The fumble number was an 8. I think Alex Collins, who's a mixed normal halfback, he accidentally clicked in this formation. Oh, Mick recovered the ball. On my animation, I thought it had the defense recover. Well, never mind. I was going to say, I think Alex Collins is like low double figures, like 13 to 15 or something like that. So he would have also, I think, fumbled. But it doesn't matter because Mick recovered. Emmer right to Alex Collins gets incorrectly. 8 is +4 on the first down. See, now Mick's got Drew Brees. He's got Alex Collins and Dalvin Cook. He's got Adam Thielen and Juju Smith-Schuster. So you got Jason Witten. Demetrius Harris isn't too bad. I think he could use some more pass blocking. But it's a very good offense. Very good, very tough to stop. Eagles 5-4-5 on the line to get a great secondary. 6s off tackle draw to Alex Collins. That's not what you want to do against Ed. Ed will call run. If you're playing a guy who will call some run defense, you want to stay away from those first and second down draw plays. Playing a guy who likes to get call pass from the 3-4 and move up an inside linebacker, that's fine. But part of it is knowing the opponent. But that doesn't only come now that we're broadcasting these games, but a lot of it comes from having played against the guys over the years. And Mick probably hasn't played that many games against Ed. Mick's only been around a few years. And Ed, of course, only plays these leagues. Second 11, 3-4 blitz, Jalen Richard in the game. I don't like that. And you got, see, I just said I shouldn't give any coaching advice after my performance against Dennis. Dennis says he's listening in the car. So, and then right, Jalen Richard, defense calls pass as a linebacker there in the blitz. +3 on Jalen Richard's less than formidable card that also has an automatic fumble number of 100. So, Alex Collins, Dalvin Cook, Jalen Richard. Despite what I did yesterday, I think we can all agree one of the other guys is probably a better choice to run the ball with. I mean, with the column and the 100 fumble number. I mean, I'm not running a guy with the 100 fumble number. I promise you. So if you see a guy with the 100 fumble number on my team, unless somebody's winning by 31 points, you don't pass. We have run with the quarterback now. See, trickery. Doesn't matter if we tell you what's going to happen. People have to mix it up. 3rd and 8 for Detroit at the San Fran 49. Big conversion here. 3 wide, 1 fullback. Mix the one with the weak pass blocking. Right tackle 2. Right guard 4. Center 5. Left guard 3. Long pass, Adam Thielen. There's a man back there. He's downgraded to a 5, I believe. Defensive back in zone is incomplete. No, the 6 did stay in play. Didn't lose one to go back one. That's right. It's on the short pass defender that he would have lost one. White die 5 anyway. Mick going up top there on 3rd and 9. And I was getting coffin corner punt. It goes 46 yards. Out of bounds at the 3. We don't need any punts into the end zone. We're going to get disconnected enough on the kickoffs. We don't need the punts. I'd like to see what Dennis was telling me. So 1st and 10 for Ed. Bilal Powell. And then have actually hopefully the 110. It's not STRAT baseball. Open for the 10 on the linebacker long game, 97-yard touchdown. That'd be nice. That'd be nice for Ed. On pass, Marvin Jones. He gets the pass. Has 2 blitzes on, but not all pass rush for this team. Maybe he gets lucky here. Picked off 2-3-11. Picked off by Mick at the San Fran 33. That's going to change things around. No gain on the return. Now, actually, no, it was a 22-yard gain. I was about to say, when you're watching the game, it almost always gives you like a 0-yard return on the field. But then when you see the first down play following, you see where the ball really went. So that was a 22-yard return for Mick. And suddenly he's got 1st and 10 to the San Fran 11. Picked off 2-3 and 11 only by Richard Sherman. And Ed's going 3-4 blitz. You see here, if I was Mick, you got Collins, then Cook. Why not go full house? He's at the 11. I think it's at the 3-yard line. I'm all messed up. Show up as Demetrius Harris. Free safety is blitzing low on one of the linebacker. but no sack. 10 is complete for 10 yards. That was a 3 on 11, 1 to 51 sack, but a 74. His head showed blitz and brought his good inside linebacker, Vince Williams, but got a 74 in the random on a 1 to 51, and Drew Brees threaded the needle to Demetrius Harris, former basketball player in college. It makes it 1st and goal 1. That's all the rage. Recent years, ever since Tony Gonzalez, of course, I remember him in the NCAA tournament. I think Cal made the Sweet 16 when Tony Gonzalez was playing basketball for that team. He was a forward. 1st and goal for the 1, and he played. He wasn't just on the bench. 1st and goal for the 1 for Detroit. Antonio Gates, I think, had some basketball in his background. Linebacker to Drew Brees from the Full House. A lot of good things here, and there's one of them. A.Q. Shipley, who's normally 0, makes the block with the benefit of the Full House backfield. 4 and a 4, touchdown Mick. Now, is Mick going to go for the 2-pointer and the tie to make it 8-8, Ocho, or is he going to settle for 1? He's going to go for 2. Thielen's the receiver, covered by 6. Ed's got 3 6s in the short pass zone. He's got a free safety 4, I believe. Rashad Jones is a 6 against the run. And I think Ed's got at least one inside linebacker, at least a 5. Maybe Navarro Bowman. Navarro Bowman's a 6. So if Ed puts his free safety up here with Bowman, you'll have 6s in the linebacker zone. Now, Mick's got Alex Collins in the game and Jalen Richard. So some trickeration there. So he should have Richard at halfback. He's a better receiver, be covered by the outside linebacker. He's not a 6. Linebacker Alex Collins, defense gets his pass. Mick needs his guard 50-50. As somebody said once, not me. Heard that somewhere. Short gain, 2-point conversion, 8-8. So if you have a box with 8-8 on it for the first quarter, you're in good shape with this one. And there's the kick into the end zone. I forgot again to exit. Maybe the strat gods will be kind. They are kind. Dennis is at work, so he's listening. He's not just bumping up the ratings with fake news. See, now that I have the copy paste good to go, I'm really not going to miss a play. Maybe one play. Here, I did not miss anything. Linebacker Bilal Powell, defense against his run, but nobody there. Wide open in the middle, 7-8. The defense would be nice, but 9 offensive left guard plus 5 is 0. No gain as James Carpenter, formerly of the New York Jets. Now, where did he sign? He signed somewhere where they're happy to have him, and he's an offensive line upgrade. Can't remember where the hell he signed. But either way, no gain here. 2nd and 10. The Jets signed Kelechi Osemele, who had a bad line last year. So someone that bad lined, and they were like, oh, we got Carpenter. Lopez Marvin Jones, defense showing blitz, nobody back there. There's one blitz on. It is the safety, the Honey Badger. Jones covered by 5, and 7 against a 0. Michael Pierce having trouble getting past Alex Mack on the pass rushing situation. And it's a successful dump off of a short gain on Cousins' card for 13 yards. I mean, free safety blitz only when you have really nothing coming out of your defensive line. What's the point, really? Doesn't see, well, are both these guys 0s, Olsen's a 2. Well, math is not favorable there. Got to bring some linebackers, I guess, if you're going to try and do that. Dan, I'll tell you. First, Dan has better default ratings. Looking past Bilal Powell, defense guesses running, puts everyone up there. And 11 on Cousins' card, picked off 2, 3, and 12, or +1. So only a +1 yard completion. Mick will take that on a flat pass, no men wrong. And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if you have to, depending on the back. You gotta be everyone. Guys like, I feel like guys who don't call run defense that often, they make it like, oh, I call run, I'm gonna bring everybody up. I mean, you call run and bring one linebacker up. It's not, you don't have to be like, oh, this is a run call. Everyone in the line of scrimmage, blocking back, halfback. Although I don't know, these linebackers, I know they're gonna disappear 1/3 of the time the defense is caught anyway. They're not going to make the 7 play in these receiver readings. Long pass, Greg Olsen. Another long pass, no men. Also covered by 0. Long gains all over the defense is caught here. And at least 13 years ago, the defender makes a long gain. He's a 0. Anthony Chiquillo, ill-suited to downfield coverage. And it's a long gain of 36 yards from Cousins to Greg Olsen. That would have been plus 27, even with the man back there. But, you look at 5 units of completion on a defender X, and you get 3 defensive back in zones. That guy's only at 4 also, so. But that hits him up top, 1st and 10. For San Fran at the 25. It's still at 8, though. The calls seem to be going its way. One pass to Lenny Walker. Linebacker double team for Mark Barron. Nobody there, and the no man still counts. So he went to 2, 11, and 12 in the defense. Gets a dump off receiver plus 11 to Greg Olsen, the veteran, who's looking very spry here in this series. With back-to-back completions for a total of 47 yards now. Well, I mean, Ed's been moving the ball, and all we've seen from Mick is interception 2 to 3 and 11. And, he's at the 11-yard line. So that's what it feels like. It's like Ed's doing real well, even though we actually have a tie game. 1st and 10 now. My broadcast is okay, right, guys? Everything's fine? It'll seem like it is. 1st and 10 for Ed. Likes to maybe try to get a short gain here with Carlos Hyde. Get in the end zone that way from the 14. Defense calls run. Short pass 4 men. Greg Olsen. Covered by 0. Chicolino. I'm going to add some letters to his name. Defender X, a short gain. Chicolino can't get the job done. And it is he's struggling out there. And Mick, looking at the bench, does not find any improvement. And it's a touchdown from Cousins to Greg Olsen. Ed thinking about whether or not to go for 2 again. He hasn't thought about it. He says, yes, I will. Full house backfield once more. I mean, if you have decent running cards on right and you got some good interior blockers and the guy's weak, I mean, those linebackers, it's a good chance to get 2 points. More than 50%, I believe. It's a Zeb Strong dream. And run left to call his defense calls pass. Nobody there. I mean, you need a dreaded 5 defensive end, but he gets neither. 8 plus 12 on the defense. 2-point conversion. 16-8. So if you had that 6-8 box, you're in great shape. Everything's fine on the broadcast as I voluntarily exit the game. Now I will voluntarily reconnect. Very disappointing performance from my club yesterday. I'm sure you've all tuned in to hear that. No, of course not. You're tuned in to hear the Detroit-San Francisco game. But I'm forlorn, so let's discuss it. 1st and 10 for Detroit, their own 25. Ed showing blitz. Now, Mick's got the weak pass blocking, so nothing wrong there. And if you look at Mick's stats, not a team that goes up top a lot this year. Flat pass right to Jason Witten, throwing at the 4. 12 is complete for -2 on Drew Brees card. That's not very helpful. I guess you have to envision Jalen Smith. That's good, Jalen Smith. That was right. That was his first round pick this year. And or Landon Collins making the play. So some good names there on this 49 defense. 2nd and 12 for Detroit at their own 23. He's got the run pass threat. One pass Juju, just as I said on one passes, there's nobody there, but he's covered by 6. There was a free safety blitz. And dump off receiver 7 and 6 yards to Adam Thielen. We'll set up a 3rd down and 6. We had 2nd high linebacker, but no, it only brought the safety and the 1 linebacker. So there was no jeopardy there for Drew Brees. 3rd and 6, Jalen Richard, the receiving back, comes in. My attendant is making some seasoned unbreaded flounder. Something I've started eating. I'm trying to eat more fish and shrimp. I've also eaten some of those Beyond Meat hamburgers. They're pretty good, but they have a lot of canola oil, which apparently is not the healthiest for you either, but still better than red meat, I suppose. Well, not I suppose. I'm not a nutritionist. My sister is. I didn't ask you this, but of course, everyone knows. Canola oil has to be better for you than red meat, right? I had a steak earlier today, though, so I don't eat too much steak, but maybe 3 times a month. 3rd and 6. I eat about 3 6-ounce steaks a month at this age. 20 years ago, it would have been much hardier than that. Flat pass left to Jason Witten. Defense calling pass. Linebacker there's a 5. Defender -4, -2, and Landon Collins stuffs Jason Witten for a 4-yard loss. Witten showing his age in that play. Might be time for him to retire and then unretire. 4th and 10 for Detroit at their own 25. 18 seconds to go. Punt for Bradley Pinion. One of my favorite Tom Cook nicknames. Bradley Rack and Pinion. The Rack and Pinion steering. 33-yard punt. Down to about the 42 for Ed. Sometimes you get incorrect animation on these punts as well. But fumble -5. Down back to zone 37. Jameson Crowder, who recovers. Oh, my stars and garters. Detroit Lions, which is the way that Mick typed in his name today. He used hyphens to spell it out, and DEE-TROY with like all capital Troy. So I guess that's what they say over there in Michigan land. Detroit Lions, 2 huge turnovers here. I've got Mick like right there, despite doing nothing on defense and very little offense. Short pass, Juju Smith, defense showing blitz, bringing one linebacker. It's a good matchup for Ed to be coming after Drew Brees this way. But it's a 2 on the white die, a 6 on the black die. You had, again, second high linebacker, nobody there. Receiver gets right for Juju, +14. First down for the Lions. Brees 5 of 6 for 24 yards. Early second quarter. Alex Collins checks in. Alex Collins is dangerous. Looking past Alex Collins, see if it gets the pass. Only a 4 there. And again, blitzing. The safety +1. Receiver gets right, incomplete. Collins not the best man on the flat pass right, as you can see. If one of our studio audience members could tell me via Slack or something, make sure to just tell me everything seems fine with the broadcast. I would appreciate it. Or just give me a thumbs up thing, whatever. Second down 10 for Detroit. Blocking back 1 halfback. Jalen Richard. I don't want him in the game. Get him out of there. Second and 10. You're going to run the ball. The guy's 100 fumble. Remember? You're going to run with Drew Brees at a linebacker. You got Dalvin Cook off tackle right for Jalen Richard. See the STRAT guards punish him with a fumble. They really should. Nope. 9 stroking 100 fumble number. You got 139. 130. So if Ed gets run, that would have been a fumble. You can't be running. Why are you running? You got 100 fumble. He's never going to guess it. Yeah, well, this is dangerous. Got the short gain of 9. The cards aren't even that great. If Dalvin Cook and Alex Collins, you're not really saving carries. I know you're getting a wrong call, but boy, talk about playing with fire. I know that's got a steep edge tee a little longer than he likes when he sees a roll like that. Short gain 7 + 15. When Ed's sitting there with the punt return fumble and a pick off 2 to 3 at 11. But right now makes that the San Fran 8. First and goal. I saw your thing, Dennis. Thank you very much. It takes more time for me to click over to the broadcast and then the other channel. And of course, I don't want to miss the plays. When I get a notification, I see it right here in the corner without having to go away. Linebacker Alex Collins, defense getting blitz. Pass, rather. Also blitzing 2 linebackers in the line of scrimmage, though. 8 in the defense, +3. Calls for inside the 10. So those inside linebackers, or at least one of them, seem to be there. Second and goal from the 5. Mick has not really been going full house until he gets closer. Defense showing blitz again. At least there's no bump from Mick's perspective. Probably running with Alex Collins here, but I don't know. Linebacker Drew Brees expecting the run key. Didn't get it. Alex Collins kind of stinks on linebacker anyway. Offensive center +5 is 0. AQ Shipley says, where's the help? I had the full house in there last time. I made the block, and this was a white die 4. He says, come on, Mick. I'm Mr. Shipley. I can't get you any help over here. Third and goal from the 5. For Detroit, Alex Collins, he's got such a dangerous run-pass option here. That's what you want to have. 3-4 blitz. Emron right, Alex Collins, even gets his pass. 50-50, my card, your card. And it's on your card. Linebacker in zone -3 at +2. Collins runs for 2 yards. Jalen Smith is 0 against the run. But that's certainly short of the end zone. 4th and goal from the 3. We'll take his 3 points with Matt Prater. Or is he going to go for it? He's thinking about it, so I think he might even go for it. I would take the points here. I wonder what Dennis would do here. You could stack me what you would do, Dennis. 4th and goal from the 3. It's got Jalen Richard. Maybe Dalvin Cook has a migraine headache. I don't know. And you see the carries, but a 4th and goal from the 3. Dennis says he would take the points. Too many good ratings on Ed's team. Also, too much of Jalen Richard on the field. Linebacker Alex Collins, defense calls run. Collins not even good at linebacker. Oh, he's not bad at all on linebacker. That's right. 9's a touchdown. 2 yards. What was I thinking about? No wonder I lost yesterday. Oh, his linebacker wrong is not too bad. Who am I thinking of? Somebody who's like pretty good off tackle and run, right and wrong, but like kind of stinky on linebacker that I played recently in this set. 1st and goal for the 2. 1st and goal. Terrible broadcasting. So Mick's going for 2 to try to tie the game. This is a 4th 2-point conversion try in a row in this game as Mick is trying to match Ed. I'm complaining about Jalen Richard, but Mick's getting the job done. Short pass Adam Thielen, defense gets his pass, and blitzes sack. Cameron Hayward comes in on the 2-point try. Drew Brees can't believe it. 2 yards from the end zone. We should have a quick lob, a quick fade into the corner. The kick goes into the end zone. I forget to disconnect again. What is wrong with me? I just got out of there in time. I was going to say it'd be a long off season for me, but I've still got summer sprint going on, and then the ratings come out next week. So, but I won't have a SOMIFA game to play, SOMIFA family game to play for like another 3.5 months. So, and that team is not going to have a good defense this year, but they might have a very good offense. Unless, of course, I might trade Julio Jones. Flat pass left to Laney Walker. We had a touchback on the kickoff. This is 1st and 10. Defense calls run, brings everyone up. 11, complete for 13 yards as my screen goes wacky. 1st and 10. I can't do any animation because it turns into slow motion time. Cousins 8 of 10, 127, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The interception was big, but Ed still leads 16-14 with the sack. It has not been stopped except via turnover. Mick was stopped, but the punt created a fumble and a ball to San Francisco 37. So, Mick's had a short pass test Stefan Diggs guessed incorrectly. Covered by 5. Quarter-5s on this Detroit team. Defender extra short game. The play is made by Ross Cockrell. Makes it 2nd and 10. Mick only had to go 59 total yards to get his 2 touchdowns. 22 after the interception return. That was at the 11. It was 22 return. He's only had to go 48 yards to get his 2 touchdowns. Ed's had to go about 150. So that makes a big difference. But it still leads. 2nd and 10. Flat pass right, Bilal Powell. Defense gets his run. He's throwing at Ciccolino. And 6 of the white die is complete for 9 yards. Sets up 3rd and 1. It's Anthony Chickalo, but if you can't enjoy a nice long Italian last name, there's something wrong with you. All my Italian friends like it, so why not? The Castelli brothers. I know they're not listening. 3rd and 1. So many Castelli brothers, I don't even think I know them all. I know 3. Sal, Frank, and Mike. 3rd and 1 for San Fran at his own 47. He used to work at Pizzarama. No one knows these references except me and anyone who lives in the Flushing-based area who might be listening to this, which seems very unlikely. 3rd and 1 for San Fran at their own 47. Off tackle right, Carlos Hyde. Linebacker there, that's Ciccolino. Blocking back +1 and -1. 1 yard. Dwayne Allen is a 6 this year and makes the block. It likes to go with the blocking back formation. There's a reason why. Carlos, Jekyll, and Hyde. You can run, but you can't hide unless you run with Hyde. I'm not sure. 5 carries, 24 yards. That doesn't seem right. He just gained 1. I thought those were stats before that play. Whatever. New version in August. I hope it's a little less buggy. I mean, this version was just buggy. Play. As is a long gain. Dreaded 5, no gain. But dreaded 5 with awful 7. So you can't complain too much. And look at this 5 through 9 in Powell. Linebacker wrong. 02032. Junkie. That's like the Malachi brothers, the Castellano brothers. You're thinking of Paul Castellano, former mob boss who was gunned down in Manhattan in, I believe, the 1970s. But it's the Castelli brothers, friends of mine. They're not connected as far as I know. 2nd and 10, 8:42 to go in the second quarter. San Fran up 16-14. Long pass Stefan Diggs gets incorrect. There's a guy there, but he's only a 4. So some good chances here for Ed. Did not hit the defensive back in zone. Extra +31, and the Honey Badger rises to the occasion, 4 on a 4. That just burns my britches when I'm coaching. We had a thread on this a couple of years ago. What's the one piece of bad luck that bothers you the most? And for me, it's long pass against a 4, defender incomplete. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't even know what a Malachi brother is. Are those friends of yours? 3rd and 10 for San Fran. At their own 48. 3 wide, 1 fullback. That's Greg Olson. 9-3-2-6 showing blitz. And we know Ed's not fearing this. Well, Julius Peppers in the left end now. Tack McKinley has got some future potential. Ciccolino's a 7. Should have been Stefan Diggs. He brings the blitz. Did he bring the safety? He did. Should have brought 2. Why not? 4 men in zone. Safety blitz on. And incomplete. 5 on an 8. I think he had a chance there. 1-26 for the sack, but got a 91. But the incomplete pass and Cousins called on an 8 as well. Sends a 4th down and 10 for the commissioner. And we will see, I believe, Matt Bosher for the first time today. It's a 40-yard punt. It's going to be 88 down to the 12 for Detroit. Is that right? The 12? What I do is I quickly add the 48 and the 40 is 88, and I subtract from 100 to get 12. It was the 12-yard line. Kalen Clay, he was on one of my teams, I think, last year, or maybe my fall team. Always about Tom's teams. Returns of 7 yards. 1st and 10 for Detroit. At their own 19, Detroit's now Jalen Richard on 1st and 10. I'm glad Mick's not listening. If you win this game, Mick, get him off the field on 1st and 2nd down, please. Stop it. You're hurting us. You're killing us for watching the game. You're better than that, Mick. And we're left to Jalen Richard. Another fumble opportunity for Jalen. He gains 12 yards. 182 was the number. He's in the neighborhood. I mean, I don't understand. How are you running this guy? Your own 18-yard line. His fumble number is 100. Look at it. It's 100. Guess wrong. And his card isn't even that great. Well, I know he's not going to guess run, but yeah, living on the edge. You're going to get pushed over a cliff in a minute if you watch it. Looking past the Jalen Richard. Defender gets his pass. Linebacker there. If he wins this game, I'm going to have to email Mick after the game. What are you doing? Don't tell me it works. You know, I can close my eyes and run across a crowded street. If I don't get by a car, it's not like I can move. Hey, it worked. I ran across the street blindfolded into traffic. I didn't get hit, so it was good. It worked out. Blocking back, halfback, 3-4 blitz. Jalen Richard in there in 2nd and short. Oh, man. Well, fumble. He needs to be punished for this. Off tackle left for Jalen Richard. 8:27. 6 yards in a 1st down. I can't believe he's running this guy so often. This is going to be killing Ed. I got a fumble punt and a 2-3 11 long pass, no men interception on his card. And this guy's just going to run Jalen Richard whatever he wants without a problem. Jalen at 50 carries for Detroit. 2 fumbles, 1 loss. That's our crack production team. Dennis Crowley coming in. Flat pass right to Juju Smith-Schuster. complete for 7 yards on Drew Brees' formidable card. 2nd and 3. Blocking back one halfback. There's Jalen, the short yardage specialist. Oh boy, he's asking for it big time. Looking past to Witten. Defense gets his passes. Only a linebacker 4 there. That's going to be tough to stop Brees. They only got 1 minute zone and he's a 4. There's a white die 6 for a short gain. And 15 yards for Mr. Brees. 8 of 10 for 53. You don't want to see him get going if you're a 49er fan. Dennis already beat me. He'll play Ed if Ed wins this one, or he'll be traveling elsewhere if Mick pulls off the upset. Off tackle left to Jalen Richard. Defense gets to pass the linebacker there. 10 plus 8, that was a 176. He's hit 3 times. He's hit a number in the 100s. If Ed had one run call in there, he would have got a fumble. Only recovered half the time, but I'm just saying. It just seems senseless to me. I mean, I would be getting angry if it was this to me. I would probably give a run call. I'm going to make this guy see that 200 number there. Walking back, halfback there, Jalen. Flat pass left to Adam Thielen. 5 linebacker there. Thielen covered by 6. You want to avoid that 10. There you go. 6 for 6 yards at Drew Brees code. That was killing me the second half. I kept hitting that stupid flat pass 10 in the defense with no white die 6. So it was like, -3, -1. Nothing you could do. Not getting a good result either way. 1st and 10 for Detroit, the San Fran 20. 3:36 to go in the first half. I forget who got the ball first. Ever left to Jalen Richard. Boy. Offensive onside end +9 +4 +9. Demetrius Harris 404 makes the block. That was a 412 in the fumble number. I've never recited so many fumble number readings in a row. Ed got the ball first. So if Mick can close off strongly, there's still 3 minutes to go though in the half. So plenty of time for Ed to come back with a drive if Mick scores quickly here. 2nd and 1 for Detroit. Jalen Richard at this is the playoffs. You're trying to beat Ed. Linebacker Jalen Richard to the 11-yard line. Like the 7th time. Unbelievable. +5 in the defense first down. There's a 243 in the fumble number. He's run this guy 7 times in the first half. You're down here trying to get a touchdown to go up on Ed 21-16 or 20-16 or 22-16, whatever funky math you need to do with the 2-point conversions. I cannot believe this. Does he not know? Does he not play with this on? He doesn't care? Boy. No risking, no biscuit. This is a foolish risking, Dennis. Come on now. It's not like Richard's got a great rushing card. 1st and goal from the 6. He's got Dalvin Cook and Collins. He's got a good number of attempts there with those guys. 1st and goal from the 6 for Detroit. 2:24 to go. Ed showing blitz. Well, that's true. Yeah. But for the game, you have the 2 of them. I'm saying so you could use Collins more here if you wish. Short pass, Adam Thielen. Defense showing blitz. Touchdown. 4 and a 10. 1-49 sack. It was a 55. 1-45 sack, rather. It was a 55. No sack. And Mick caps off the Jalen Richard drive with a touchdown pass. 6 yards from Brees to Thielen, 2016. Matt Prater out for the extra point. It's up and good. 21-16. He got away with it, but it's not a good strategy. You think it was good? Do you think that was a good move to run Richard all those times? Is it a good move to run Richard even once? There with a fumble number of 100, in your opinion, Dennis? You know, 1st and 10 for San Fran at his own 15. At trailing 20, Ed's got to be upset. I know Ed is. He's a great defensive coach. Fries off the defense. He's watching Richard get 7 carries. Because like each one, I know the dice have no memory, but it's like it's a 100 fumble number. So 7 carries, it's like a 700 fumble number. It's close to 10-1 game, close to 10-1 drive practically. He did it in your own end, like the own 18, and he did it down like the 11-yard line of the other guy. One pass, Marvin Jones. He gets the pass. No blitzes on. Dump ball for 10 yards and a 1st down. Alex Mack easily holding off Michael Pierce. He was a very fine run blocker. but not known for the old pass rush. Dan Morin says the 50% sack miss is the thing that makes him clench his fists. This is a great game, Dennis says. Not like yesterday. Is that what you're saying, Dennis? Is that what you're implying, Dennis? Just didn't show up? Too much partying the night before? Probably right with that. I know what happened. Off second right, Bilal Powell. Ciccolino's in the zone. 90 seconds to go. Offensive line can tackle 5 or 2. Mike Gremmer's only a 4. Makes it a 2. But then, the 4 and a 4, that's a 2/3 chance for a good play. 50% sacks is only, 50-50. Second and 8. You got to tell me you're missing like a 72 sack or a 64 sack, something like that. Second down and 8. Says got all 3 timeouts here, and Powell's in the game, so he can run the ball. We know Ed likes to run it. Blocking back 1 halfback. I am calling the game, Dennis, and I will let the Jalen Richards storyline take as much precedence as I wish to give it. When you call Thursday night, Kansas City, Chicago, then you can call the storyline. Off the left, Bilal Powell, defense against run. Boxcars, 12, 6 yards. Would have been 75 yards and a touchdown with less than a minute to go in the first half. As Mike Stuckey would say, Mick from nowhere, call and run on 2nd and 6 with 40 seconds to go. And instead of a 70-something yard touchdown, it's a 6-yard gain. Kudos to Mick there. He'll still put Jalen Richard on the bench on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and 2 for the Niners at their own 33. Blocking back 1 halfback. It's going to be annoyed about that as well. But look, the guy called run. That's coaching, right? Off tackle left to Powell. It says, I'd like to see those boxcars again, please. 3rd and 2 gets wrong. 3 plus 25 for Powell. He's got the 4 units of 25 more and 5 units of short gain. So 9 out of 36 on his card is a big, and it's a 25-yarder across midfield to the Detroit 42. 30 seconds before the half. Ed calls his first timeout. I guess that'll be the new thing. I tell people to Slack me comments during the game if they wish, because they pop up on the corner. Off tackle to Powell again. No linebackers there. Ed looking for another one. It was 9 out of 36 in his card. At least 5 units of the defense. The nose tackles of 5. Offensive onside tackle plus 5 and plus 2. One is just like the Castelli brother sister. They do have a sister, I think. I don't remember her name. I think she's much younger than the other guys. I don't think I ever met this sister. She's like that much younger. Like we were all teenagers, and she's probably like 6 years old. I remember her. We were in the park getting in trouble, and she was at home doing God knows what, playing with Barbie. 2nd and 8 for Detroit, San Fran at the Detroit 40. Only 22 seconds to go. That's my friend sister you're talking about. Oh, Linebacker Bilal Powell. Defense against the pass. Double box in play. And it only has 1 timeout left. So he hits a 10 long gain of Powell's card, 30 yards. It's obviously not in the end zone. He hit it. Long gain from the 40. A decent chance to get in the end zone. He gets stopped at the 10. Powell right at the gut. The Honey Badger was busy double teaming Marvin Jones. Didn't come up from the safety position to help against the run. The strong safety was misdirected by Delaney Walker. Ed calls his final timeout. Interesting situation here. 1st and 10. San Fran at the Detroit 10. No timeouts. 15 seconds to go. Dennis had a bad experience facing Bilal Powell in the Somifa Super Bowl, which I guess Ed defeated. That's right, because you've made 2 of the last 4 now. Dennis, one of the best coaches out there. Not the best coach. He doesn't want that moniker. So that title's up for grabs. Dennis is not the best coach out there, he's saying. Because he's lost 3 straight SSFA Super Bowls. That is not good logic, Dennis. 3 wide, 1 fullback. Shotgun formation. So it's going to run 1 play. Dickel 3-3-5 blitz. He's got the zeros up here. He did get a little bit of pass rush with the zeros. You can bet dollars. You can bet dollars to Donatel's throwing a short pass. A flat could be possible, but I doubt it. Look at me do a flat out of bounds. I doubt it. You give her a short here. No dump off at all. Short pass, Marvin Jones. Single coverage, 4-man in zone. No dump off, remember. There is a blitz on. 1 or 2. Looks like 2. Looks like the safety end. Receiver guess right. Touchdown on the 12. 7 versus a 3. Even Nazir Jones can't get past Alex Mack. Only 1-2 on the old free safety blitz sack chart. That was a standard sack chart. 5 in the black die. What was the free safety blitz chart? And Ed comes with another beautiful drive. I mean, he was at his own like 28 with like 45 seconds left. And he's going to go for 2 again. 22-21. Hey, the 3rd time is the charm, especially when you've also done it the first 2 times. That's not how the saying goes, but an audible. It says instead of trying for 2 to go for field goal, I'm going to kick 1, and this way I don't fall behind if you get a safety. 22-21. Oh, Detroit called timeout. What am I thinking? Of course, I used his last timeout. It is still going for 2. I think that was a curious choice. Full house, 3-4 blitz. I'll be curious if Ed passes here because he wants to run it because that's what the math is with the line buck here. But Mick's probably going to call run. After calling pass last time. Short pass to Wayne Allen. There it is. 4-man in zone. It's a run call. It's the fullback covered by Ciccolino. Could be a rough day for Ciccolino. Receiver. Touchdown. Long gain on the free safety blitz, but only goes for 2. Some guys in the regular football section think that's just hilarious for some reason. And now it's halftime. This is the tricky situation of trying to time the second half kickoff. Dennis, do me a favor. Slack Mick. Tell him to slack me after to slack me when slack me after he gets the kickoff. Just tell him to slack me something like now. (24-21) Niners over Lions. If you had the under, it's not looking good. What a job by Ed. I mean, I know that Mick's defense is not very good. But even so, you give a pickoff 2 to 3 to 11. That gets returned to your 11-yard line. You have a -5 fumble punt return at your own 37. And you're winning at halftime, 24-21. It's nice work if you can get it. So good job by Ed there. As he seeks more success. The 19-0 storyline well out the window. Thanks to yesterday's disgraceful 26-7 performance, the Jets losing to the hated Seahawks. I don't hate this. I don't hate the Seahawks. They're the NFL Seahawks. I wouldn't say hate them. I dislike them. But they have to beat me in the SSFA playoffs 2 years in a row. And held me under 10 points each time, I believe. I did beat him for the Samson Super Bowl, beat his undefeated team. So we're even in terms of ruining each other's undefeated seasons in this Amifa family of leagues. Well, my team was 15-1. His team was only 9-7. So, and I beat him. And this was a game I forgot about until I'm doing this SSFA year-by-year grid for the coaching like I have done in Samifa. But in 2010, when I won the SSFA championship, with Michael Vick, I beat Dennis in the round of 8, 40-33. So it might be 2-2 in some for Family League playoff appearances. I'm not sure. Might be another game in there somewhere. feel like he might have beat me in some MIFA somewhere in the playoffs. Or maybe I had one of those like limping in teams, like Jeff Garcia or something like that. And he had actually a good team. This is what you call coordination. Oh my! The kick was returned for a touchdown. Oh my stars and garters. Juju. Boy. Ed has got to be upset. The cups of tea are just being tossed around the table in a rampage right now. Yeah, don't tell me to join now after the. I'm usually timing that. Okay, it's all right, but thank you. And just like that, the commissioner is down 28-24. Look at the yardage for scrimmage must be so one-sided right now. Detroit has the lead there, I think, +2 in turnovers. 258 to 155. Not as bad as I thought. I thought it might be worse. So the one thing about the side things, when I get those side comments, my mouse doesn't click anywhere else until that comment goes away. But the comment overrides everything. We had a short pass wrong there, incomplete. Which normally isn't a problem, but if I have another window up like the box score or the other thing I'm trying to back the game, then I have a problem. 2nd and 10. Bilal Powell, Mick trying to execute the rare sweep of Ed Burrow in these leagues. One in the regular season, one in the postseason. Let's take it right to Bilal Powell. Guess wrong. He's having a pretty good game right now. It's a 10 +4. I think I like this off tackle card much better than the linebacker. Even they get that long in and 10. You get consistent yardage here. You still have 2, 3, and 12, and a 6 short gain. You don't have all those zeros and twos in the middle. Only the 8 +1. And and the edges are even mightier. 51 and 75. That's pretty nice. 10 carries, 82 yards for Powell. 3rd and 6, 3-1 fullback. This would be a big play here. If Mick can get a stop, he has a chance to actually go up by a touchdown and go up by 2 scores. Let's see if he can figure it out here. Doesn't like to throw the obvious guy, but he does. Long pass, Greg Olsen. No one covering him. Ciccolino's blitzing. The safety blitz is on, though. Is safety +1. No one covering Olsen. Bunch of long gains of defensive card. Defender X, a long gain. 62 yards. Ciccolino nowhere to be seen. 7 on an 11 was a 1-32 sack. So Mick was risking it, as Dennis would say, and Ed took the biscuit. Mick with the biscuit, Ed with the biscuit. 1st and goal for San Fran at the Detroit 9. Olsen, 4 catches, $123. Full house formation from Ed from the 9-yard line. Short pass, Stefan Diggs. Defense calls run. 4 men there. 10, touchdown, 13 yards on the receiver reading. Ed cannot be stopped. We've seen 1 punt, I believe. It's either a turnover or a score. And I think they're almost all touchdowns. Does he go for 2 again? This time he goes for 1 to make it a 31-28 game. That makes sense. Kick is up and good. 2 to 10 and 12. That's also part of the equation. There's very few kickers are 2 to 12 nowadays. A lot of them are like 2 to 10 or 2 to 10 and 12 on the extra point. So you don't feel as comfortable just saying, yeah, I'll just take the automatic point. And that time, my laziness is rewarded as I forget to disconnect, and instead we're going to kick off to the 1. Kick off into the field of play. And Juju returns to 28 yards up to the 29. And the Lions trail 31-28. 31-20, early third quarter. First one to 60 wins. Block back, halfback for Detroit. First one to 56 wins. That's what I'll say. I bet you somebody gets to like 49 points this game. Now Dalvin Cook is in there. Everyone left for Cook. There's a linebacker there. He went to those like 10 plus 32s or something. Dalvin Cook's card. I couldn't. There it is. 3 plus 33. 11's plus 32. I couldn't get those in the battle all season long. I think I got like one of these one time. The battle. I mean, the Super Bowl lost over there as well, 27-24. But 3 gets wrong plus 33. It's got that nice 33-yard average now. 1 carry, 33 yards. And Detroit's at the San Fran 38. What a game to call. Off tackle right to Dalvin Cook. Defense gets his run, but no linebackers there. That's mixed strong side of the line to some degree. No gain on the 7. That might have been a short gain gets wrong. Plus 4 gets wrong. 6 and 8 are the short gain wrongs on off tackle for Mr. Cook. No relation. I have Ian in my name. Yeah, it's all 5s on the right side of the line for me. The consistency. Left side's got the tackle 6, but the other guys are 4s. So left side's probably better. Defensive ends are 5 either way. And probably more likely to blitz the right outside because Dalvin Cook's not a great receiver. There's a draw play in second 10 with a Cook. Mick calls run. Ed calls run. But Mick still gains 3 yards. Offensive onside go up plus 3 or plus 0. A straight run would have been 7 yards though. But Ed's been blitzing and calling pass, so I can't blame Mick for that. I don't think that's a bad draw call. So many of these 3-4 guys like to do that. Bring up a linebacker and call pass. So against some of those guys, you do draw sometimes on the early downs just to kind of mess with them a little bit, not let them think that they can do that to you. You gotta be careful though. 3rd and 7 for Detroit at the San Fran 35. Another big conversion here. We're in no man's land. Prater's a very good kicker normally from deep. I don't know what he's this year. Maybe like 2 to 6 and something. So this is a 4-down territory. 2 to 7 and 12. Very nice. You still want to try to get 3 yards here and break containment, but he's going 3 wide, 1 fullback. Yeah, I knew you had the extra distance out to the 41. I was going to say extra length, but this is a family show. 3rd and 7 for Detroit at the San Fran 35. Short pass, Golden Tate. Foreman in zone. Ed playing the flats and keeping 4 in short pass. Force complete 13 yards at the first down. Shipley, who was a 5 pass blocking, able to handle Javon Hargrove. And Breeze has been hitting the short pass right column when asked. He only has 13 attempts. But I think about 3 of those are short pass right completions. We haven't seen a lot of short pass right attempts. 1, 4, 8. I know it looks ugly, but it is 16 units. Long pass, Juju Smith-Schuster. Defense calls pass with a linebacker there. Defender X, incomplete. Darius Slay, the 6. A little easier to vacate that long pass zone when you got 6s at corners and strong safety. 6s at the corners and strong safety. Not a big fan of Breeze caught for the bomb, though. 2nd and 10 for Detroit at the San Fran 22. Line up to the field goal to tie. You don't want to be thinking field goal because the defense has not been able to stop Ed at all, basically. There's another long pass to Juju. Futility blitz +1. This is dangerous for Mick. So I got killed yesterday against Dennis, and rightfully so. Should have challenged you on that play, Dennis. I was thinking about it during the play, and I kind of quick challenged. Should have just gone for like a pass or like a looking pass or something. But anyway, that was receiver completed. Juju is 15-21. 3rd and 10. Detroit has gone up top twice in a row to Juju. And he's done that with, Breeze being hot with the short pass and the flat pass. But what are you going to do? He's trying to get a touchdown here. And deciding whether he wants to do any blitzing. Now, I like I said, I just played Mick's team a couple of weeks ago. And he does run quite a bit on 3rd and long. Let's look at his stats. I don't know. I don't like the 3 wide for that, Dennis. I'm running on the 3 wide. Well, Collins has positive yardage right, but it's only 2 numbers in your own card. That, with the white die, it's not really max. It's only 1 that the guy protects according to the strat chart, I believe. Long pass to Golden Tate. Defense showing blitz, dump off. No second out linebacker. Plus, on those, like you said, like the zero is never no containment. So white die one, he provides it. I'm almost certain about that on the strat job. You can double check that. The zero provided on a one, the 4 and 5 up to a 2, and the 6 all the time, 1 to 3. So 4th and 1 for Detroit now. It's a 9-yard dump off. He's going to go for it. Full house backfield. Oh, you could tie the game here. I don't know. Could be going to the well once too often. I know he's not stopping Ed, but I know it's only 1 yard, but it's either going to be a short pass to Demetrius Harris or a running play. Your center is a 0 normally. It's all pushed up to a 4. These two are trading body blows, Dennis says. Linebacker Drew Brees, 2 to 7 in the mixed score, but then 8 to 12. The couple off his leg. Linebacker in zone, -1 to +3. Navarro Bowman is a 6, -1. Turns the ball over on downs at the San Fran 13. I can't blame him completely, but you had the field goal almost automatic to make sure it's still tied. Dennis says Rocky goes down, standing 8 count. I guess then Ed is Apollo. You have to give Ed a chance of winning. All the other guys lost. Clubber Lang won the first round, actually. People forget that. 1st and 10 for San Fran at their own 14. 8:42 to go. Off tackle left for Lau Powell. No linebackers there. 2 +51. Jesus Christ. Box crash for Powell, who now has 11 carries for 133 yards. Make sure you get a good look at that Powell card, Dennis. He said you hated it in some even Super Bowl. You might be facing it again soon. 1st and 10 for San Fran at the Detroit 35. Dennis doesn't like calling run because he knows that idiots like me will sit there and throw the ball way too much when you have a decent running game. 1st and 10 for San Fran at the Detroit 35. Short pass to Lenny Walker. Defense calls run, brings everyone in a little too late. Walker covered by only a 4. Nice matchup here for the Niners receiver. Incomplete on a 7. 1926 for Walker. The unlucky 7. Oh, you can use that one. I told somebody this. We used to say growing up, the only thing. Even though because the receivers were maxed with the 7, we would always say the only thing. So that's what I'm used to saying for that. 2nd and 10 for San Fran. None of those things are as evocative as the dreaded 5, though. The dreaded 5. Maybe because there's one syllable at the end. Long back break also against a run. Nobody. There's a 4 back there. But the guy's covered by 0, of course, 7 incomplete. Also, we're looking to add to it. How many yards for scrimmage? Powell and Olsen each over 100 yards for scrimmage. So maybe getting the job done. Something 7. I don't know. Maybe just 7 only. I don't know. We don't have to have a name for each of those things. And finds a weak spot, just picks at it over and over again. As what Dennis says. I guess you should probably double team a little bit there. Blocking back, halfback, but he also mixes up everything, so you can't feel like, oh, he's definitely going to Olsen. We've seen the bombs to Marvin Jones, short passes to Diggs, flat passes to whomever. Tony Walker's covered by a 4, and of course he's running the ball. 3rd and 10, blocking back, back, flat pass right to Marvin Jones, throwing at a 0. There was a run key against Carlos Hyde, and 6 on the white die, 10 +20, and a 1st down. However, the 3rd and 10 flat pass wrong, but he thought that Ed was trying to get a better field goal range. And, well, I don't know, Dennis. Dennis was going to run at Chickalo. He didn't run at him. With 3rd and 10, you're usually going to call pass, especially you're only down by 3 points. If you get the field goal, you're still there. So good roll, and I don't think Pick should have called run. 1st and 10 for Sanford at the Detroit 15. There's Marvin Jones against the run called again. Receiver could be a touchdown. He's got the big yardage. We're at the 15. 3 men there. Receiver, he complete on a 7. The only thing. See, that's the only thing. That's how that works. 2nd and 10. Keep it up. They're unlucky 7, and I will turn off my notifications. 2nd and 10 for San Fran at the Detroit 15. The only thing. See that? The only thing. Matter of fact, okay, I thought everything else was a touchdown, but 4 was only 14 yards. But everything else was a touchdown. 2nd and 10 now, 3-4 blitz. Time for a snap fumble. Cousins 7.8. That's the kind of game it's been. Ed's about to take control, but he's already had some horrible luck. Looking past Delaney Walker, defense calls run. There's a 4 there. All kinds of first down possibilities here. Receiver 5, 14 yards, down to the 1-yard line. What a tremendous job by Ed. Long pass, 2 to 311, picked off to his own 11. Punt return fumble to his own 37. 90 whatever yard, kick return touchdown to start the second half. Is he crying in his cookies? Don't cry in your cookies. Is he crying in his milk? No. He is playing offense and leading 31-28 and about to get more. Now, Mick's wife apparently really letting him have it during this drive, and she should. Let's go, Lions. Pick up the pace. Linebacker Carlos Hyde. Run key Kirk Cousins. 419 to 212 in the total yardage right now. Touchdown for Hyde, right up the middle. 37-28. The commissioner might go for 50. And you have to feel like now the storm has been weathered. There's plenty of football to play. Mick's got a really good offense. But it's been very one-sided from scrimmage. And you just feel like Ed now has the breathing room. Of course, you got to play. You're only down 10 points, 5:42 in the third quarter. I'm just saying, there's a kick to the goal line. He might take it out. Juju's good. It's at the goal line. 6 to 20 yards, touchdown and 2. I bet he does take it out, so I probably should not have exited, but I don't like that crash. It takes much longer to get back in on that crash. You got to wait for the game itself to crash. Now I'm waiting for server teams. Is everybody else in the game? Unlucky 7, huh? I don't know. It's close. Well, I'm used to saying the only thing, so I'm going to go with. Oh yeah, we're all stuck and hung up. So then, if you can monitor the forum, I'm sure that Ed will post it there. That's what he did with the pregame. He didn't do it in Slack. And then tell me the number. Then we can continue with the broadcast. The sucky 7. I guess if we're going to go a little foul, we could say the shitty 7. The shitty 7. That's probably the best one so far. I'm so egotistical, see, because that's one that I introduced, so that's why I said the best one. 43403. Wake up. Spell mode on. 43403. Select all. Copy that. Go to sleep. I think the game is just not used to seeing Ed score so many points. And it couldn't handle it. It's obviously what happened here. I could go for a Reese's peanut butter cup. I have some chocolate candies I keep down in the refrigerator. And I'll have like one, not a whole bar, like the little snack size ones. I'll have like one a day, one every couple of days. That doesn't go with my saying I'm going to eat less red meat and stuff, but it's not a lot. I'm not killing myself with it. Would Reeves be the only thing? No, the only thing is what I grew up with. What are you talking about? My brother and I, we were in the neighborhood we were playing, and my brother and I were playing. That's what we would say when rollers out includes. Oh, the only thing. Oh, would Reese's be the only thing that would send us on a craving? No, it would not. I don't have a craving. It's just an interest. I think I'm going to have it now. I'm going to do the Cardinal sin like Michael Reeves and chew during the broadcast. But at least there's a Reese's. You down real quick. All right, 2nd and 4, 6-yard run for Alex Collins. As I just made a request for one Reese's peanut butter cup. She might be eating, so I might have to wait a while. 2nd and 4 for Detroit. Down 10. Big drive here, third quarter. Adam Thielen, nobody there, but he's coming by 6. There is a free safety blitz on. 7 incomplete. 7 units of this breeze car, but I don't know. When you have a good running attack and a great flat pass quarterback who's also decent enough short and long, I love to sit in that West Coast. Run flat. And you got to mix in your short passes because they're going to flood the flats. Well, preferably have good pass blocking to get the dump offs, but running flat pass, short pass, long pass almost not even needed. I feel like at times in that situation, especially with 6s all over the place. But I'm probably wrong about that. 3rd and 4 for Detroit. I'm going to create the Michael Reeves Cardinal sin here. Mm-hmm. So we had a 21-yard run there for Alex Collins. Short pass, free safety blitz, sniper scope receiver, 44-yard completion. That's why it's a Cardinal sin. Michael Reeves was like eating a ham sandwich during like the entire half of one of his broadcasts. He's chewing away as he's talking. And he missed plays also. I just missed 2 big plays. 1st and goal, the 4-yard line for the Lions. Right back in it here. They have to punch it in here. Short pass to Demetrius Harris. Stevens gets the pass. I see something in the corner. It could be a sack and a fumble. There it is. Ed was showing blitz. He's been doing. He got burned in the previous play. And you had a sack fumble. Melvin Ingram. And Sean Lee recovers. 1st and goal at the 4. Mick took a chance, and he paid the price in a big way. And now he's really up against it. Dennis kind of leaving now. Leaving work or whatever he's doing. Ed takes over. Linebacker pull out Powell. Defense calls pass. One linebacker there. We know what kind of game Powell's had. Left guard 5-0. No gain. James Carpenter. Not using the right tools on that one. Yeah, Dennis is not here anymore. He's off to a meeting. It's on the West Coast, so it's still the workday. 12 carries, $133 for Powell. 2nd and 10 for the Niners. At their own 11. 2:42 to go. But Mick was right there. 1st and goal at the 4. It's a heartbreaker. It's been a tremendous game, 30-28. Off tackle left, Powell. Defense gets the pass. No linebackers there. Powell's hot with the big runs today. Dreaded 5, no gain. 3rd and 10. For the Niners, their own 11. Mick says, let me get a stop right here, please, one time. Give me the one stop here so I get a punt and try to get back down to a one-score game again. By that time, we'll be early in the fourth quarter. Well, Ed's not running it. Greg Olson's the only player in the backfield. Because I don't line up with Cousins here. Mick goes with the old 0-0 defensive line to get that pass rush in there. No blitz this time for Mick. Goes down 3-2-6. The old looking cat and mouse. Looking past Delaney Walker. Nobody there. See if he gets wrong. Great first down opportunity for Ed here. Receiver gets wrong, 14 yards. First down, Ed. 11 yards gets right. Oh, that really annoyed Mick. He put the guy up. Receiver gets right. First down there. 1st and 10 for Ed at his own 25. That's that old dime 3-2-6 cat and mouse. Everyone's like, well, we know he's probably going to bring the guy up, so I guess I won't throw there. But maybe since he knows I won't throw there, he won't bring the guy up, so maybe I should throw there. We've all been through that dance in our heads. Short pass, Greg Olson, defense calling pass. 6, 10 yards. And at first on the dump off distracted, I received a text in the top right corner of my screen. That threw everything off. So 1st and 10 for San Fran. At their own 35. Sorry about that. It was a dump off complete to Delaney Walker. Ed leads 38-28, 10-point game. About a minute to go here in the third quarter. Powell in the backfield. Cousins 17 of 26, 285 has been throwing downfield. Really, really well. Looking past Delaney Walker. Run, keep Powell. So a 14-yard completion earlier. Now it's an 8-yard pass from Cousins to Walker. Setting up 2nd down and 2 as we near the end of the third quarter. Dan interested in the result as a fan, but also he has his own playoff game coming up Thursday night. If he advances, he may see one of these teams down the road. 2nd and 2 for the Niners. At their own 43. Carlos Hyde checks in. He's also done a nice job. Doesn't have the sensational runs that Powell has had. But Hyde's done the job when called upon. Looking pass again to Delaney Walker. Cousins hammering the looking now. 6 gets correctly is 7 yards on the first down. Ed's at midfield as we start the fourth quarter. Ed likes to go a lot of ball control, but does still throw his bombs. Tough to vacate the long pass against Ed. He throws a fair amount of bombs. Of course, you got a 4 back there. Blocking back, halfback. Short pass, Stefan Diggs. 3 men there, guessed correctly. Big double teaming on this side, dump off, 6 yards. Olsen against Peppers. The asterisk of Peppers is nerfed down to a 0 thanks to the formation. Second and 4 for the Niners. At the Detroit 44. Short pass to Delaney Walker. 3 men there. Receiver gets right, 11 yards first down. Ed just keeps moving. I mean, he's got to be closing in on 500 yards of offense here. And Mick's defense is just not that great. 475 yards of offense against all these, fours. Oh, look at a bunch of 4s and not much pass rush. It's tough in these modern He's bought games. Spectator leaves the game. Mick says, "Can I be a spectator and leave too?" Mick's defense is doing too much spectating. I'm watching the Niners run around the field. Blocking back, halfback. Defense showing blitz. Off that right to Carlos Hyde. Nobody there. 11 plus 1. But Ed's in field goal range. I mean, still, a turnover turns things around, a missed field goal. But certainly Mick needs something good to happen here quickly. 2nd and 9 for the Niners at Detroit 32. It'll be Seattle at San Francisco if Ed holds on for the victory here. Linebacker Carlos Hyde. Guess wrong. One linebacker there. Center, plus 10 or plus 3. It's Alex Mack, the Pro Bowler, with a 10-yard block. After so many Pro Bowls, he could be a potential Hall of Fame type of player. He's been in the Pro Bowl almost every year, it seems like. Maybe a couple All-Pros sprinkled in, I don't know. Probably Travis Frederick considered more of the center, better center by the NFL experts. But Alex Mack should have a Hall of Fame candidacy, possibly. I'll have to look and see how many All-Pro teams he made. Kevin White made it. And we're left to Carlos Hyde for the Detroit 22. Offensive odds to them, plus 2 and minus 1, a 1-yard loss. Greg Olson's in there for receiving. Blocking 0-2. Second down at 11. $12 minutes to go. Linebacker Carlos Hyde, defense gets his pass. Double box in play. We haven't seen one of those. Gets right guard plus 7 or plus 2. And Stefan Wisniewski makes the block. 5 on a 5. 7-yard pickup. 3rd and 4 for the commish at Detroit 16. I've called so many. It feels like I've called so many playoff games with Ed. He's always there. I don't call every playoff game, but, he's there in the semifinals. He's there in the finals. I think I called that Kansas City San Francisco game. I don't know if that was SSFA or SEMIFA between Dan and Ed a year or two ago. Since Dan is listening. 3rd and 4 for San Fran at the Detroit 16. Off that go right to Carlos Hyde. He's just pounding it with Hyde now. I'd love to run the ball. And you're seeing it here. 7 is plus 3, 4th and 1. Field goal will make it a 13-point game, which is nice because theoretically, if you give up 2 touchdowns, you win the game in a field goal. All right? Unless the guy gets 2 2-point conversions. But he's not going to do that because you're up by 10, 38, you're up by 10. So the guy scores a touchdown, he's not going to try 2 right there to make it a 2-point game instead of a 3-point game. Risking being a 4-point game, I doubt it. But Ed's going to go for it. Despite what you said, he likes the way the offense is playing. He's got Mick off balance. He's getting a lot of wrong calls in here. A little easier to try and stop on a 4th down inside the 20. The long pass is not in play at all. Flat pass right, Sterling Shepard against a short yardage. Sterling comes in the game just for this instead of Diggs. And it's complete for 8 yards. And a 1st down for Ed at the Detroit 5-yard line. I don't know why Diggs got to be pretty good short, right? Flat, rather. He seems like that type of guy. It's 6 to complete this. Maybe Shepard's better. So Ed goes full house. First thing off from the 5. You can bet he's going to probably pound it in here. Take his chances with that 3 times. No, short pass to Lenny Walker. Guess wrong. Touchdown here, all but seals the deal. There it is. Touchdown for the commissioner. Cousins to Walker. From 5 yards out, 44-28. Probably kicks the extra point here. Boswell out for it again. It's up and good. I don't know if defense wins championships or not, but it certainly loses playoff games. If you can't play some kind of defense here. And Mick just didn't have the personnel. Mick was, I read his season recap. I'll do mine. It'll be about 3 lines long. Oh, I didn't exit again. I'm really failing hard here. Yeah, Mick had a team that he thought might not be bad. Thought about tearing it down. Thought about tearing it down last year. Didn't like the offers that he was getting. So decided to go for it. Got to 9-5, then lost his last 2. Started out 1-3, then got to 9-5, lost his last 2. Got to 9-7, had this playoff game against Ed. Was in it for quite a while. But the third quarter, with the commissioner pulling away. And now the fourth quarter, 45-28. So Detroit's down 17, 9-18 to go. Needs a quick touchdown and a stop. Trying to say, let me not take more than 3 minutes off the clock here if I can to get this touchdown. So you look for something Ed's not going to call like that. Emma to Dalvin Cook, we get the big numbers on the 3 and the 11. Trying to get a 30-yard run here, but Ed's got a guy in the zone. Offensive onside end, plus 4-0, no gain. Jason Witten couldn't make the block. He's a 5. Younger Jason Witten was a 6. And that was 3rd and 10. With my game crashing, I missed the first down play. So Ed not having any of the yips like the New York Jets did yesterday in their embarrassing quarterfinal round defeat. Handily 26-7, I believe. At the hand of Dennis Crowley. They had the 2 seed, the number 1 surviving seed. If he holds on here, he's up by 17 with 8:42 to go. That'll be hosting Dennis Crowley's Seahawks. As Dennis goes to take out the 1 seed and the 2 seed and return to the Super Bowl for the 4th straight time in SSFA. Flat pass right, Golden Tate. Defense double teaming, Golden Tate. Incomplete. That was a white die 6. Would have been a short gain or 13 yards, something like that. Instead, it's incomplete. Now it's 4th and 10. Mick just about ready to say uncle. It's Jameez Alalaway. We got our first great call of the game. You see, I like that. I like when there's not a lot of good calls. Play some guys that's like every double team good call. It's like, well, I'm double teaming like every play. I mean, I'm just slowing down the game. Well, also with me, because I don't use my hands well, I gotta stop and use my voice to try to say thank you. So that's why. If I could just type it as quick as you guys did, I'd do more good calls. Should have asked Adam Thielen, 4th and 10, incomplete Breeze card. It takes over. It's all over now, pretty much. Anything can happen, but Ed's up 17, 8:05 to go, 8:06 to go. It's all over but the crying. I'm getting tired. I haven't slept well the last 2 nights. Didn't feel like taking the sleep apnea mask, and that's what happens. I usually take it, but every now and then I just don't want that mask on my face. 1st and 10 Niners at the Detroit 25. They go short yardage off tackle left, offensive onside tackle over 3 yards. Ricky Wagner makes the block. All right, so you have Seattle at San Francisco. Winner makes the Super Bowl. That's one of our Super Bowl teams. On the other side, then, those games have not been played, and they'll be decided Thursday night. 9 o'clock Eastern, the Minnesota Vikings, the defending champions, the 6 seed, travel out to the West Coast, take on Paul Mankowitz's LA Chargers, led by Todd Gurley and Tyrod Taylor. Rod Teller. And it's a doubleheader because as we get close to the midnight hour, 11:45 p.m. Eastern, I believe, you have Lawrence Green's Chicago Bears, the 5 seed, traveling to the Midwest, I guess. The Heartland, Kansas City, Missouri, to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Dan Morin's team, the 4 seed. And the winners of those games will face each other. Paul Mankiewicz, a very accomplished coach, the Order win champion from last year. He's won several championships in SOMIFA. I don't know if he's won SSFA or not. I would guess he has. Pretty much won every league at least once. So Thursday night, Lawrence, Dan Morin, Tony, Paul Mankiewicz, two of the guys that make the semifinal. I'll be calling the first game. Dennis calling the second. It's a little late for me nowadays. I'm Carlos Hyde. Dreaded 5. So unless that gets a touchdown, he'll fall short of 50. He'll hit 48 points here. Third and 8, everyone left to call side. Defense calls run. But defensive end Alex Okafor, who's a 5, cannot make the play, yields 5 yards. 4th and 3 for Ed of the Detroit 7. It surely kicked the field goal here with Chris Boswell. It's up and good. 48-28, Ed. We're kind of killing time here now. Technically, you're down 3 touchdowns. I mean, technically, you can make it happen, right? Touchdown, onside kick, touchdown. It'll be a real miracle. So, three wide, 1 halfback against the dime 3-2-6. Long pass to Juju, 2-man zone. Breeze sacked by Cameron Hayward. 2nd and 24. So, yeah. And right to Alex Collins, 2nd and 24. It could be the first fight of Rocky 3, Dennis. Clubber Lang beats Rocky pretty easily. I think Rocky quits on the stool or takes a knee or doesn't really try that hard to get up. Mickey has a heart attack, I think, early in the fight. He gets taken away. Prediction is pain. Okay. That is from Rocky 3. I believe that's why Dennis is saying that. 3rd and 25. Looking past Adam Thielen. And Ed with a masterful performance. 48 points on the board. He earned them all. He had to overcome. Interception return to his own 11 in the first half. Punt return fumble at his own 37 in the first half. Kick return for a touchdown to start the second half. And he was losing 28-24. But his offense just pretty much could not be stopped. He had Mick off balance most of the game. He was running when Mick was calling pass. He was passing when Mick was calling run. He was throwing long passes to Greg Olson with nobody there and a zero covering him. He's throwing flat passes guessed wrong or to some open zones or to fours who would quickly disappear. He's hitting dump offs against a team that did not have a lot of pass rush. But the consistent running, the bread and butter of this offense, as it always is for Red's offense, gave him something to build around, forced Mick into some of those run calls. And now you might see Ed get 50 points. 3 minutes to go. He's at the Detroit 28. You're going to get to a fourth down here soon. I guess you try the field goal. I guess you're going to have to. We've all been there. Most of the guys in these leagues do not like running up the score, but the etiquette generally allows you to try a field goal. If it's like fourth down and a minute and a half left, and you're up by 25 points or whatever. Linebacker Carlos Hyde is doing his thing. He's got the minimum fumble number. He's got 17 carries, 68 yards. He's been toting the rock safely here in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins taking a knee now. And Mick letting the clock run down. So we'll be out here in a minute, looks like. Congratulations to Ed, 13-3, I believe. Regular season, number 2 seed. Is now the highest remaining seed. Advances to the semifinals with another playoff victory on the resume. And Mick had a 5 season, 9-7. Overcame a 1-3 start to get to 9-5. Defense is just not that good. And he ran into a buzzsaw here with a very tough matchup. And it played out in a way that one may have predicted. I don't think I called the upset here, did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. No, I think I took all the home teams. So tremendous job by Ed. And he will now, he gets the pleasure of hosting Dennis. I had the pleasure of doing that yesterday, and it was no pleasure. It was pain. As Dennis said, prediction pain, as Clubber Lang said. 500 yards of offense. I probably could have double teamed with the linebacker more in that game. Maybe double teamed the safety and the linebacker there. Maybe to get away from some of that. MVP goes to Jalen Richards. Absolutely. And that's the one that kept him in it. Well, I'm going to end the broadcast because I got some stuff I want to take care of. And I'm physically not the most comfortable in this chair. I got to alter my position. But congratulations to Ed. Mick also did a fine job. You'll see more SSFA playoff football this Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, Vikings at Chargers. I'm calling that one. And then the nightcap, 11:45. So put on your nightcap on the East Coast. And it's going to be Dennis calling the Chicago Bears at the Kansas City Chiefs. Later, everybody.